So one that we call the warm-blooded or else homeotherm. In that examples only two, aves and mammals. All aves, all mammals can maintain their constant body temperature, right? So exactly opposite term है cold blooded और poikilotherium. Meaning what? अब देखो reptiles, amphibians, species, these all are cold blooded or poikilotherium. Suppose out their body temperature we consider 37 degrees Celsius. Outer temperature 45 degrees Celsius, environmental, outside the body 45. So their body temperature also they make 45. Suppose 20 degree hai, so again their body temperature they can drop and come at 20 degrees Celsius, right? So on the basis of the environmental conditions, body temperature fluctuates. Okay, on the basis of the environmental condition, body temperature fluctuates. In case of which one? Poikilotheriums, cold-blooded. They cannot maintain the constant body temperature. But aves and mammals, which are homeotherms, warm-blooded, they can maintain the constant body temperature. Clear? Differences between poikio and the homeotherm, cold-blooded and warm-blooded. So fishes, whether it's a osteichthyes or chondrichthyes, poikiotherms. Next, air bladder or swim bladder. Now, what is it? See, this is the swim bladder or the air bladder structure, right? Name suggests air bladder. Bladder is a sac, bag-like structure. You can clearly make out over it's a bag-like structure, right? In which air is present. That's why the name given air bladder. आपको पता है that बोटिंग के लिए जाते हो, रिवर राफ्टिंग के लिए जाते हो तो लाइफ जैकेट्स देते, राइट? सो in which actually they makes our body very lighter. We can easily float on the surface, right? जिसको स्विमिंग नहीं आता है उसके लिए बेस्ट है वो. So over here the same thing, that's the swim bladder or air bladder structure in fishes. This swim bladder or air bladder present only in osteichthyes. Which one? Osteichthyes bony fishes में ये होता है, chondric में नहीं. See, उसका माउथ पोजीशन से आपको पता चल जाना चाहिए कि this is osteichthyes, right? Now this air bladder, suppose one thing, first of all, gills, right? माउथ से वाटर एंटर होता है, यहाँ पे गिल्स है. गिल्स जो है, राइट, दैट हेल्प्स इन रेस्पिरेशन एंड इट ऑल्सो हेल्प्स इन टू सेपरेट आउट water and gases, to separate out water and gases. Water come outside. Water, यहाँ से water enter हुआ है. See, too much amount of water body cannot tolerate. आप भी देखो एक ही टाइम पे अगर 10 to 15 glasses of water एक ही टाइम पे ले लो, you feel uncomfortable, right? So water mouth से enter होता है, then gills में जाता है. In gills water and gases are separated. Water जो है that again come back into that outside, and the gases enter into this swim bladder or the air bladder. Gases enter हो गया, right? So once the gas enter over here, this bladder filled with the gas, and by that way it makes this fish body lighter in weight. This fish body makes lighter in weight. So it can, suppose this is the ocean surface, fish over here, and this fish, once the air bladder is full of with that gas, it can easily come upward. It can easily come upward. Again, over here, आपने देखा some of the fishes that come up to the surface of the ocean, right? Easily हम okay boating करे कहीं पे भी तो हम we can easily see that fishes. So why? Because they have this swim bladder or the air bladder. It that helps him to lift this fish easily on the surface of the ocean. Here, this air bladder that now release the air or gases, whatever present over here, that air bladder contracts. Air bladder contracts, so the gases come outside. Okay, through their gills itself. Next, so again body weight जो है of that fish that become heavier because air bladder now empty. In that gases are not present. These gases are come outside. So again, it will come down. This thing helps in to move fishes upward and downward without the help of fins. Without the help of fins. Those fishes do not have this swim bladder or air bladder. They have to continuously use their fins. उनको continuously use करना पड़ेगा fins को for the movement. But if swim bladder is present, so with the help of that, fish can go upward easily, downward easily. बोलिए concept clear है? Swim bladder का? Swim bladder or air bladder? Sakshi, any doubt? Okay. So that's why we can say that this air bladder that regulates the buoyancy. Air bladder regulates the buoyancy, which absent in case of chondrichthyes. That's why they should swim continuously. Right? Next, आपने ये तो एक्वेरियम में भी देखा होगा. Easily the fish can come upward and then go down. Right? Aquarium fishes ostrich fish होते हैं majority. Next, claspers. Before the clasper, first understand the fins. Now, fins of fish in that, see, हम fish को ऐसे observe करते, right? This is the dorsal side, ventral side. On dorsal side, if you can make out over here, single fin-like fin structure is present. Single spiny-like fins are present. Only single, right? Then next, in this anal region, over here where the alimentary canal, where anus is there, fins like structure is present that we call anal fin. Next, after the anus, the part of the body, remember we have discussed caudal tail, that we call the tail fin, or we call the caudal fin. This one last, right? Tail fin or the caudal fin. And these two are on, these two particularly, dorsal and anal fin, are unpaired. This is also unpaired. Caudal fin only one. Shape उसका lobed like है. That doesn't mean कि ये two fins है. This is the one single structure. Next, pelvic fins and pectoral fins. Pectoral and pelvic. These are paired structure. These two are paired, rest three are unpaired. पेक्टोरल एंड पेल्विक आपको इमेजिन करना पड़ेगा कि ये बॉडी का हम फिश को हम एक साइड से देख रहे हैं, लेटरल व्यू है। तो एक पेक्टोरल फिन यहाँ पे है, exactly one more on their back side. That's why we call paired pectoral fin. Second, that we call pelvic fin. See over here, one on this side, other on their back side. Right? So these are we call the pelvic fins. Pelvic and pectoral fins are paired. Anal, caudal, and dorsal fin are unpaired structures. Remember, right? At the end, I will show you one pic. Okay, for that clasper. Just now understand what is clasper. See, when we see the ventral view, pelvic fins present ventrally actually. They are present ventrally on the lower side. आप देखो ये above है. These are lower. So with the pelvic fins, these are the pelvic fins, paired structure. Over here, two spiny like structures are present. That structure we called clasper. See one pic over here. Yes. If you can make out over here, देखो circle किया है, that is the clasper. दिख रहा है, these are the pelvic fins. 1 and 2. Pelvic fins, and with that, this structure 1 and 2. These are the clasper. Right? Now, आप देखो ये मेल है एंड सेम फिश स्पीसीज का ये फीमेल है, बट फीमेल में क्लैस्पर्स एब्सेंट. Only in males this clasper are present. Why? These structures mainly helps in during copulation, mating. During copulation, mating, here fertilization occur internal, meaning male fish deposit their sperm into the female fish body. Male fish deposit their sperm or deposit their gamete into the female fish body. Right? So at that time for copulation, to hold the female fish, to hold this female fish tightly, these claspers are present on male. Clear? Role of clasper, location of clasper. This helps in to holding the female during copulation. So it can easily discharge the gametes, male gamete, sperms into the female body. Next, so claspers present on the pelvic fins in male, and these are absent in case of ostrich fish. Fertilization internal, here external. Internal in case of chondric fish, external in case of ostrich fish. Both are dioecious, sexes are separated. External hai. See why claspers are absent in ostrich fish? Because fertilization external. Male gamete and female gamete both come into the water, right? And into the water outside the body of organism, they fertilized with each other. So they no need to deposit their sperm into the female over here because fertilization takes place external. That's why claspers are absent. Next, oviparous or viviparous. Here many are viviparous. Oviparous meaning egg-laying organism. Viviparous simply understand humans. Okay, humans in that directly the young one babies are delivered outside from the female, right? So we are called viviparous. So chondrichthyes, आप देखो सैल्मन फिश का आपने अगर सुना है, बेबी सैल्मन फिश इज डायरेक्टली रिलीज्ड होता है, नहीं सुना है देन इट्स ओके. सैल्मन फिश तो सुना होगा एटलीस्ट, कॉमन है, right? So many are viviparous in chondrichthyes. In case of osteichthyes, mostly are oviparous. Viviparous, chondrichthyes, osteichthyes, oviparous, ओ याद रख लेना. Don't get confused. Next, in that direct development means egg से larva formation नहीं है. Once the fertilized eggs are there, this fertilized egg, from that the baby fishes are formed. Now next, heart. One more time, actually, this line is repeated. We have discussed this thing. Two chambered heart, one auricle and the one ventricle. Last thing, that's the common features between this chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. Remember, fish has streamlined body, boat-shaped structure, so it can easily float. And here, notochord is present, persistent throughout their life. Notochord persistent throughout their life. Remember, right? That notochord, no doubt, convert into which one? That vertebral column. Clear? Next, examples. See, these are the gills. Gills ऐसे होते हैं fishes में. This type of structures. फिर यहाँ पे blood vessels आते हैं. Blood vessels forms and gaseous exchange process takes place. Next, examples. First, chondrichthyes. First, see, chondrichthyes in that three categories are there: sharks, rays, and skates. Shark, rays, and the skates. These three belongs to chondrichthyes. Shark में different example है. Scoliodon, dogfish, then Pristis, showfish. This is the dogfish. Showfish. इसका shape देखो, like a show, right? Then this is the Carcharodon, great white shark. This one. Then next, rays. Rays are there. Rays in which rays in that electric organs. पता है आपने सुना होगा that fishes, some of the fishes are there, when we touch, actually they release the electric current. Oh, ma! Sorry. Rays are there in which some of the fishes which have the which can pass the electric current, right? So one of the example, because they have electric organs, they have electric organs. So one of the example, that's the torpedo. This is the torpedo, this one. Okay, over here specialized electric organs are present. And this one is the stingray, which release the poisonous stingray that we call the trigon. Skates actually, okay, no need to remember any example of that. Just for your information, that shark rays and skates are there. Skates similar to the rays. उसका appearance आप look wise देखोगे almost similar. Rays and the skates almost similar in appearance. Next examples of osteichthyes. In that first one, marine osteichthyes, marine, then freshwater, and then aquarium. Three categories. Marine, in that examples, first, see, flying fish, this one. You can make out over here. This fish, okay, for surface पे आता है, then take a jump. So we look on the top view, we can see, then it looks like a flying fish. Exocetus, genus name is Exocetus, flying fish. Then next, second one, that's the hippocampus. Hippocampus, seahorse. Hippocampus, that's we call the seahorse. Look से ही पता चलता है, it's look like a horse. Right? So name given, seahorse. Then next, freshwater. Freshwater, in that example, rohu. This one is the rohu fish. Then next, katla. Katla is the scientific name. And then clarius, or commonly we call magur. This is, and one more name, that's the catfish. इसको catfish भी बोलते हैं, clarius. Catfish. Right? इसका जो ये appearance होता है like a cat. That's why the name given catfish. Next, aquarium fishes. In that first, betta, fighting fish. This one. And pterophyllum, that we call angelfish. Pterophyllum we call the angelfish. Okay, pterophyllum we call the angelfish, this one. So rohu, katla, clarius magur, freshwater, betta, fighting fish, and the pterophyllum angelfish belongs to aquarium. These are the examples of osteichthyes. With this, I have completed the class chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. Clear? One more time, revise. If you have not clear any point, let me know. Chondrichthyes, osteichthyes. First, habitat. See, chondrichthyes all are marine except acid-pencil fish, which is a freshwater. In case of osteichthyes, both the categories are there, marine and freshwater. Endoskeleton, chondrichthyes, cartilage, whereas osteichthyes, bony. Position of mouth ventrally in case of chondrichthyes, terminal in case of osteichthyes. 5 to 7 pairs of gills without operculum. Without operculum, remember, chondrichthyes. With operculum and 4 number, chondrichthyes. Type of the scale, placoid only in chondrichthyes, whereas in osteichthyes, cycloid, tenoid, ganoid. Heart is 2-chambered. Only one auricle and ventricle is present. Heart development occur. अब देखना amphibia में क्या है, reptile, leaves and mammals. You know, we have 4-chamber heart, right? So how the heart development occur starts with this. That's the two chambered vertebrate heart. I am talking about the vertebrate heart, right? So fishes से वो start हुआ है actually. Then next, both are poikilothms. Air bladder present only in case of ostrich fish, which regulates the buoyancy. Easily the fish can move upward, downward. Pelvic fins has claspers in male, absent in case of female of chondric fish. Fertilization internal chondric fish, external ostrich fish. Viviparous chondric fish, oviparous ostrich fish. And they have streamlined body and notochord is persistent throughout their life. Position of mouth, remember, ventral, terminal, claspers are present, this type of scales, right? Next, operculum structure, gills, swim bladder, and the types of fins, dorsal fin, anal fin, caudal fin, pectoral fin, pelvic fins. Next, examples of chondric fish, shark, rays, and snakes. Ostrich fish, marine freshwater, and that aquarium. Bolo Maitri.
Ma'am, can you explain types of scales again?
Yes. Types of scales in that, see, if shape like this, right, we call placoid. It depends on the shape. Just shape के base पे name दिया है, placoid. Cycloid है, circular like. Ganoid है, this type. And ctenoid, right? If ctenoid scales are there, then the shapes like this. Okay. Clear, Maitri?
Yes, ma'am.
बोलो जिया.
यस मैम. मैम ऐसे एक डाउट है इसलिए पूछ रही हूँ मैम, जिसमें भी मतलब जो भी ऑर्गेनिजम्स है उसमें अगर इंटरनल फर्टिलाइजेशन होता है तो ऐसे बोल सकते हैं कि वो सभी विविपेरस होंगे?
नो 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 नो, हम एम्फीबिया करेंगे नहीं. हाँ बोलो.
मतलब मैम उसमें भी एक्सेप्शंस होंगे ऐसा ना?
यस, एक्सेप्शनल नहीं. आप देखना एव्स हम करेंगे, राइट? सो एव्स में फर्टिलाइजेशन इंटरनल है. फिर बर्ड्स ले करते हैं फर्टिलाइज्ड एग आउटसाइड. बर्ड्स ले देयर एग्स फर्टिलाइज्ड, जो है फर्टिलाइज्ड है. ओके, दैट फर्टिलाइज्ड एग that we call the oviparous, that's the egg simply that laid outside. फिर उसमें से बेबी डिलीवर होता है. दैट इज नॉट विविपेरी, right? So we can't say that if fertilization internal, so viviparous, no. Bolo Zil.
Ma'am, Thursday's paper.
What?
Thursday's paper.
What Thursday's paper?
Ma'am, test हुई ना right?
हाँ तो
और तो कितना पार्ट आएगा?
that I will inform you at the end. Just now focus on this one. Next. Next class, amphibia. Amphibia term represents, it's a Greek word, amphi meaning dual, bios meaning life, right? Those organisms who can survive on land as well as in water, both terrestrial as well as aquatic habitat, that we call amphibia, right? That we call the amphibia. So amphibia, remember, okay, amphibia in that those organisms which can live in water as well as land. अब देखो, we know that आपने सुना होगा in general that life originated from water, right? Majority organisms, if you can see, they are living in water. Now the Pisces, see, Pisces totally water fishes. Next to that, amphibians are there. Amphibians, aquatic as well as land. फिर हम reptiles, mammals करेंगे. In that, majority are on land. So terrestrial life begins, right? Next, most of them have two pairs of limbs. Exceptional है Ichthyopus. See, यहाँ पे frog है, toad है. Then this one is the salamander. अब देखो सबके पास limbs है for locomotion, right? But this one looks like a snake. Snake के जैसा लगता है ना? But it's not a snake. It's an amphibian. Name is Ichthyopus, which is a limbless. उसके पास कोई भी limb नहीं है. दिख रहा है आपको? कोई भी limb, right? So remember, limbless amphibian Ichthyopus. Next, body is divisible into head and trunk. This part. Frog की अगर हम बात करें, frog है, toad है, then body is divisible into, this is the head region, and then this entire part we call the trunk, right? Here tail is absent. Larval stage tadpole के पास tail होता है. I am talking about adult, right? Next, see this organism, salamander. In that, body is divisible into head, trunk, and tail, right? So some of the amphibians body is divisible only into head and trunk. Some of the amphibians body divisible into head, trunk, and tail. Bolo, clear? Next, skin moist without scale. Skin is moist without scale. Frog का तो आपने देखा ही होगा, one thing. Then this one, see Ichthyopus, salamander, right? Scales are absent. Scales are absent, and the skin is a moist. Skin which one? Moist. Slimy होता है, moist, slimy skin is there in case of amphibians because they don't have scale. And due to this property of the skin, moist skin without scale, over here, skin acts as a main respiratory organ. Skin acts as a main respiratory organ. See, one thing, any organ which acts as a respiratory organ, right? So उसके पास ये criteria होना चाहिए. एक तो moist होना चाहिए, means that's a slimy, then smooth, thin, and rich in blood supply. Rich in blood supply. These all things are present in case of skin of the amphibians. So it's a very, very thin skin over here. Amphibian skin is very thin. So easily atmosphere oxygen can diffuse over here. The blood vessels are present. So it can easily diffuse through the skin and enter into this blood vessel, oxygen. Same way CO2 diffuse outside, right? That's why we can say that in case of amphibians, Maitri, are you sleeping? In case of amphibians, see, thin skin, moist skin, rich in blood supply skin, smooth skin is there. This skin helps in respiration. So majority respiration occur with the help of skin. and that respiration we call cutaneous respiration. Remember, that respiration we call cutaneous. Cutaneous कहीं पे भी term आए understand करना, skin, right? Meaning of cutaneous, that's a skin. Next, respiration occurs in case of amphibians either through gills, lungs, or the skin. Frog का this part, this part, यहाँ पे जो बल्जी स्ट्रक्चर होता है, आपने अगर फ्रॉग को देखा तो वो कंटिन्यू, वो भी फिश का कैसे गिल्स का ऊपर फिल्म का पार्ट मूव करता है, सेम वे दिस पार्ट इज मूविंग. दैट पार्ट वी कॉल बकोफेरेंजियल पार्ट. That part we call the bacopharyngeal part. So either it respires through this, over here nostrils are there and lungs are present, so it respires through the lungs, or else they're the skin part. Gills present in case of the larval state tadpole. Right? All amphibians larvae live in water. Remember, all amphibians larvae live in water, but adult can live in water as well as on land. So when water is there, it respires through gills. That's the tadpole larval stage. When it becomes adult, so either it respires through skin, bacopharyngeal part, or the which one? Lungs. But remember, majority respiration occurs in case of skin. जब frog जो है, okay, frog when frog in water, 100% respiration occurs by the skin. When on land, still majority, we can say that 75% respiration done by this skin, 20 to 25 with the help of this lungs. So skin, actually it's a main respiratory organ in case of amphibians. Next, they have 3 eyelids. They have 3 eyelids. हमारे पास पता है अपर आईलिड है, लोअर आईलिड. Yes or no? We can move that upper and lower eyelid. We can close our eyes, or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So our eyelids are moved. But in case of frog, in case of amphibian, these eyelids are not movable. Fixed one. They cannot close their eyes.